Hi, in this video we are going to learn how to count in the Kurmanci dialect of the Kurdish language. So in this video, we will focus particularly on the Kurmanci dialect of Kurdish. Each number will be shown in the Kurdish Latin alphabet. Many of the numbers in this video may be pronounced differently by many people, depending on the regional accents that they speak. However, the true standardized version of each number will be shown. So, let's start. 0. Çine, çine. 1. Yek, yek. 2. Du, du. 3. Se, se. 4. Çar, çar. 5. Penc, penc. 6. Şeş, şeş. 7. Heft, heft. 8. Heşt, heşt. 9. Ne, ne. 10. De, de. So, let's review the numbers that we've looked at. You may pause the video here and see how many you can remember. Welcome back. The numbers from 0 to 10 are çine, yek, du, se, çar, penc, şeş, heft, heşt, ne, de. The numbers from 11 to 19 are quite simple. Each of these have the number 10, de, as the suffix, so at the end of a word. For example, the number 11 would have yaz, representing yek, the number 1, followed by the suffix de. So, 11 would be yazde, yazde. 12. Duazde, duazde. 13. Sezde, sezde. 14. Çarde, çarde. 15. Pazde, pazde. 16. Şazde, şazde. 17. Hevde, hevde. 18. Hejde, hejde. 19. Nozde, nozde. 20. Beast, beast. So, let's review the numbers that we've looked at. You may pause the video here and see how many you can remember. Welcome back. The numbers from 11 to 20 are yazde, duazde, sezde, çarde, pazde, şazde, hevde, hejde, nozde, beast. The number 21 in Kurdish can be translated exactly to English as 20 and 1. The letter U, on its own translates to and in English. Every number between 20 and 100, except for multiples of 10, follow this simple rule. This means that you would only need to memorize the numbers 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. So, 21 would be bistuyek, bistuyek, bistuyek. 22, bistudu, bistudu. 23, bistuse, bistuse. 24, bistuçar, bistuçar. 25, bistupenc, bistupenc. 26, bistuşeş, bistuşeş. 27, bistuheft, bistuheft. 28, bistuheşt, بیست و هشت 29 بیست و نه بیست و نه 30 C. So now we know that if we wanted to say 31, we would say siujek, and if we wanted to say 32, we would say siudu, and so on. So now we will count up in tens. 40 chill, chill. 50 penji, penji. 60 shest, shest. 70 heftir, heftir. 80 heshtir, heshtir. 90 nord, nord. 100 said, said. We will now review the multiples of 10, starting with 10 and going up to 100. Before we check our answers, you may pause the video here. Welcome back. The multiples of 10, starting from 10 and going up to 100 are de, beast, see, chill, penji, shest, heftir, heshtir, nord, said. So let's practice with some examples. What would the number 45 be in Kurdish? You may pause the video here. Great. The number 45 would be chilu penj. Chil, 40, u, and penj, 5. Chilu penj. What would 71 be in Kurdish? You may pause the video here. "71" would be hefteuyek. Hefte, 70, u, and yek, 1. Hefteuyek. What would 98 be in Kurdish? You may pause the video here. "98" would be Nordu hesht. Nord, 90, u, and hesht, 8. Nordu hesht. Now that we've practiced numbers until 100, and we know that 100 is said, let's look at multiples of 100. 200. So the number 200 would be du said, and this can be translated exactly into English as 200, du said. This simple rule applies to each multiple of 100. So 300 would be se said, 400, char said, 500, penj said, 600, shesh said, 700, heft said, 800, hesht said, 900, neh said, 1000, hezar. So the same rule that we applied for every multiple of 100 also applies for every multiple of 1000. So for example, 10,000 would be de hezar. 100,000, sed hezar. We will now review the multiples of 100 and then the multiples of 1000. Before we check our answers, you may pause the video here. The multiples of 100, starting with 100 and ending with 1000, are said, du said, se said, char said, penj said, shesh said, heft said, hesht said, neh said, hezar. As multiples of 1000 follow the same rule as multiples of 100, 2,000 would be 2,000, and 3,000 would be 3,000, and so on. So 10,000 would be 10,000, and 100,000 would be 100,000. We will end the lesson with 3 examples that are more tricky. Take some time to apply the rules that you have learnt when forming these numbers, and I am sure that these will soon become simple for you. Let's start with the number 985. Great! 985 would be 985. 900, 900, u and 85, 80 and 5, 85. 985. Let's attempt this example now. 6,017. 6,017 would be 6,017. 6,000, 6,000, u and 17. 6,017. Our final example will be a much larger number, 100,234. You may pause the video here. Excellent. This number would be 7,234. 7,000, 100,000, u and 200, 200, u and 34. 7,234. Thank you for watching this video on how to count in the Kurmanci dialect of the Kurdish language. We will see you again soon.